Welcome to Gizmo's new saw stack. It's a wonderful 10-inch industrial quality table saw with some important safety features. The main difference between this saw and a normal table saw is that there is a sensing device on the blade that senses contact. It's a capacitive sensor. It senses contact with a conductive material, like a finger, and immediately throws a brake onto the blade and drops the blade below the table, so it can't cut off your finger. You might get a nick, but it can't cut off your finger. That system is set up through this control panel, and it has to go through a diagnostic every time you turn the power on for the saw. So power on would be that switch there, and those lights will blink, and while the saw is checking out its internal circuitry. And when it is satisfied that its safety circuits are taken care of, then it will give you a green light. To start up, let's raise the blade a little bit. And to start it up, you pull out on the paddle. Stop it. The paddle. And until the green light stops blinking, you can't start the saw again. Again, start, stop. That paddle switch is really convenient for turning off with your knee or your thigh when you're cutting and your hands are full. When you're done with the saw, power that off, drop the blade beneath the table, wipe it down. So that's the main difference between this saw and normal saws. If you're going to cut wood that has any significant moisture contact, you need to get checked out on disabling the safety circuit, because otherwise it would be a very expensive cut. When that blade is released, that destroys or when that brake is released, that destroys both the brake and the blade in order to save humans. It's a small price to pay, $200. Doesn't even get you in the door to plastic surgeons. So we like this saw. It is possible to defeat that feature if you're cutting something that you're concerned about the moisture content of. So come see somebody that knows about it in order to get checked out. Other features of the saw: it has a very accurate fence. Locks in place. It has very smooth controls for both raising and lowering the blade and also tilting the blade. And it has a normal miter gauge here, stops at the important angles, but it also has a sliding table with a very accurate miter gauge on this side. We'll talk about that next.